Welcome into my newest video. This one is the Outer Worlds, and it's a small grave matter quest. And what I did with this quest is I went ahead and cut out a lot of the BS because there is quite a bit of it, and I'll tell you where it's at here soon. We just landed on this in this world, on this planet, and the dude that we're supposed to travel with got squished by our ship. So we're making our way, and they teach us how to use the controls, right? Like, most new games that we play, I have played this before, but it was so long ago when it first came out. It was so long ago. It's been a couple years. On the PS4, actually. So, yeah, I forget a lot of the things, It's been a while. Never played the add-ons they have. And there's 2 of them. But I got the whole package deal for the computer. And of course, it's since it's from Obsidian and it is closely related to another game I play all the time, we know that it's good to be a loot goblin. I mean, granted, you get overweight and everything, but how else do you make money, right? I'm in grass right now, hiding, because I hear something, and oh, that's what I hear right there. And I don't want to get eaten. So I'm hiding in grass and trying to sneak past these 2. Because when you first land, you really don't have any... I don't even think I have a gun right now. I don't have anything to protect myself. And fall damage. I'm drinking my coffee, by the way. It's still... I didn't know if you're going to get fall
damage. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
I was going to put the Outer World emblem down in the right-hand corner, however, ow, see, I just broke something. But I was going to put it down there, but then it messes up the subtitles. I always put subtitles on, mainly, it's for you guys viewing it, but a lot of it's for me. I will, when they talk, I go along and follow along.
Hey, you,
so
come here.
I don't know. It's
You've
just
tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
The premise of this whole game is that big business owns
Investigating an
everything.
illegally grounded ship. All spacecraft must arrive and depart from authorized landing pads. That's board law, that is. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance?
They're scared
marauders
to death
come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot.
Saying anything bad about the companies, because they rely on them to breathe, literally.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun.
Nice.
Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Yeah, we don't know where we're at or anything.
You hit your head or
We
something?
just landed.
You're in Emerald Vale.
And
we're
we
a
were
Spacer's
frozen,
Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Yeah, I got a gun so I can protect myself at least, you know. And of course, I leave everybody alive I can, so I didn't kill them or nothing. I guess you could have. It said attack, and then you could attack them, you know, attack them.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
he just said
What
that's
in
the only way out.
This...
And those things, you know, I wasn't sure if they were good or bad. I look at them as rats. They're basically just rats of this planet. Now this, the only thing I can, it's like VATS in other games. Red Dead Redemption had them too. Yeah, that's the only, that's how I think of it. It slows down time and everything. And I don't use them in the game I usually play. I don't use the slow down thing. Now, this is not the first time I did this, by the way. I got killed by these guys so many times, and I kept going until I made it. And if I die in this one, I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to leave it because I am. Now this, the very first quest we come upon that I came across is a small grave matter. That's why I'm going to name it this, because this is what we're going to do. Of course, I just left this part on. I don't think, yeah, we haven't even found the ship yet. So it's going through the routine of telling us what's going on, you know. And I'm picking up everything because, well, this game, I'm assuming that's how we make money, right? And like I said, I really don't remember, you know, the details, the small details of the game, because it's been a while since I played it. Oh, and you'll notice too later on, here soon, I save a lot because I didn't know if this game was one of those that crashed all the time or not, but I have had none of that, none whatsoever. No crashing, no nothing. This is vanilla though. I read that there's mods and console commands and stuff, but I haven't put anything like that on. I may though, because I'm a mod person. I like changing games. But again, I don't even remember, you know, the details of playing the game, you know. And this is the part I got killed so many times. several times. I just, yeah. And I tried to do headshots, right? Well, he survived that, so. And at this point, I'm having, I don't know how to change my weapon. Yeah. And of course, you know, I'm looting because that's what I think I need to do, and I'm a big looter anyway. So I pick up everything. And when you get overweight, you go as slow as a bug, just like in other games. Yeah, I guess I survived this one. I haven't rewatched these videos. I had to, I did fast forward through this and cropped out a lot of bullshit when it came to the actual quest that we get here soon. Because if I didn't, oh my god, this video would have been so long. I played, what, 8.5 hours the first day. So I got really into it. I finished up the first planet we landed on that I saw, the quests that I saw anyway. So I may have missed some. I tried not to. I talked to everyone, and you'll see that, you know, I'm saving because, you know, I didn't know if it had a rep of crashing or not. And from my experience, it didn't crash one bit. I didn't have any problems with it. Now, my screen recorder, now, if it has problems, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't think it did either. Actually, yeah, it did. I thought I was recording the first run through here, and it wasn't recording.
Get over here before you get yourself killed.
And I did get as far as the ship, and that's... No, I got as far as the town the first time.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts,
but
and
this
worse,
didn't
landing
play out
violators.
The same way.
Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
You know, they're all company people, you know. And I'm sure we have somebody in our, maybe our family.
Really?
Or somebody we know.
How is he?
Who were big company people. I just personally come from a family.
Well,
like
that's
that.
a relief. You don't want to know how much paperwork's involved in paying off a gravesite fee. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son.
Yeah, she really doesn't want to do it, you can tell.
Well,
See, I'm debating which one
Management's
to do.
real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as
one
I'm
thing
the
I
acting
do remember
manager in
about
this
the game
situation...
is your choices
You know
matter.
what? You're right.
How the game goes.
It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
At this point, you know, the ship is ours, but we don't know that yet. But there is a dilly bobber there. See the green? So yeah, it's our ship. We just landed here, you know. And this pistol is just, it's a joke. Oh, and they also put it in the game. They're like, oh, those guns are jokes, you know, or those guns are known to not be good, you know, because it's a company gun. You know.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
And that's all she says to us. The first time I walked into the ship and everything else, and she said, well, that sure, the way you walked in there, it sure seems like you knew the ship or something like that. I'm looking around for bodies to loot. And I do use melee weapons more than I thought I was going to.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities, including the cargo hold's
I do
workbench.
play Starfield too, so the ships, I got a little confused of the ships.
Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move.
And all this stuff, I'm
Unauthorized
assuming
access
is
of
mine,
spacefaring
so
vessels is a crime.
why
Please submit
take it,
yourself
you
to
know?
the authorities. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to reject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here.
Yeah.
My deception
I like
protocols
that.
have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Yeah, as many times they say that name, anybody should be able to remember it.
I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand.
I figure why lie,
I
you
will
know?
require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Which makes me wonder, how many Captain Hawthorns has there been before we
Well done,
took
Captain
over the ship,
Hawthorne.
right?
I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
So technically we're doing a couple quests.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Yep, we got it. And that's why I wonder how many
Best of
other
luck in
Captain
your search for a
Hawthornes was
power
there.
regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
So getting to what level, I think it was 5, was pretty straightforward, just following the quests and such. Yeah, and it doesn't look like you can go onto the, into there yet, go like long guns or melees. You can't do it right now, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do a lot of dialogue, tech, and leadership. And that's just my preference. I do that on the games I can. And my son, we talked about the game, and he went on and on and on about something, but I don't know. I didn't, from what he was saying, I didn't see that, but whatever. I'm not sure if he played it or not. And I won't guarantee I'm not going to play it modded in the future. We'll just have to see. I remember it was a short game when I played it on PlayStation. And we got this when it first came out. I'm not sure if we pre-ordered or not, but me and my mister, a lot of these games, not a lot, but quite a few games, I buy more than one copy of them. Me and the mister, if we want to play a game, there's 2 right there. And then I go and ask the son, do you want a copy of this game? Because I need to know. And then I'll get him a copy of whatever, too. So gaming companies love us.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it?
If I can.
Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship.
In this one.
And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Dock your pay, and I don't work for him. So I figured lying was a good choice here.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Yeah, they're all company people, and that right there kind of bugs me. Because companies don't care about us. At one time, they may have, but anymore, companies don't give a rat's ass about their employees. And that's maybe not entirely true. That's just been my observation. I ran into a dude that worked for the company I was working for, I think I was still working for him at the time. And he was there for, 30 years or something. And the company just, they just didn't care. And I was like, holy crap, that's not cool, so he was kind of he was pretty down. And I just ran into him at a coffee shop, and we sat down and, you know, drinking coffee and just chatting. I'm not the most bashful person in the world. I don't know, the railroad seemed to treat my dad good when he got sick. But, I mean, that was a long time ago. Now, I'm not sure if I should be roaming at nighttime, or if I should be sleeping or whatnot, but and of course I'm sneaking and hiding as much as possible because I don't know how good this gun is. I mean, I've shot him in the face and nothing happened, so I mean, try the melee weapons and see what happens, you know. Plus, we're level 1, 2. So. Oh, and I'm not used to the controls yet. It's like that. And even if you're hiding, they know where you're at now because you exposed yourself. And of course, I'm still sneaking around. The only button so far I noticed that gives me a little bit of issues is the sprinting button. My hands are kind of messed up, and later on I use it a lot, but if I overuse, I'm going to be, my hands are going to be hurting a little. But if I do things right, because I don't play games that hurt my hands, right? You know, doctor, this hurts. Well, doctor, you know, don't do it, you know. Well, kind of applies, you know. Okay, now, the dogs, well, they're not dogs, they're beasts, but they have tamed them, and they're kind of like attack dogs. And I learned about them, too. And ammo, some things don't weigh anything. And I think most of the ammo doesn't weigh anything. See, I have to get by these guys, and it's like, how in the heck am I supposed to get by them, you know? And that's all the weapons I have right now. See, and you can hear those beasts. And I'll probably just end up calling them dogs because I'm not quite sure what the name of them are. But that's what they remind me of. Or, you know, hot dogs. And look at how many times I'm missing. No wonder I was getting killed. See, and that's them. Yeah, I knew I was killed several times, but... And this is partly why I'm glad of the saves. I just don't recall saves in when it first came out. And I could be wrong. I just don't recall them. But, because I do save a lot. I think I do. I don't know. Maybe not. I also get better armor later on too. So those are all the bad guys. And right now they don't notice me. And the saying doing something over and over again the same way is what a sign of not being very smart. So I'm trying to do it different than I did it before. And if I can sneak out of here, you know, that's the best thing to do, I think. But again, here I come, you know, in the same exact spot. Oh well.
What's that noise?
I smell blood!
See, yeah. I just don't want to get shot, you know, because I think the dogs, or whatever those creatures are, I think that those are the ones that got me last time. I really don't know at this point what I'm picking up, right? I was really there for a while. I was shooting myself full of medicine or whatever at first. And then, I don't know what happened, but I guess I forgot which one that was. 'Cause then I didn't know how to give it to myself, so I don't know. And I haven't rewatched this per se. I skipped ahead, you know. So I don't recall what I did. My memory doesn't last very long when it comes to certain things. And, well, when it comes to anything, I guess. And I'm not sure where to look to find out our weight. And I know I've got that Outer Worlds thing over the dilly bob there, but I still don't know where to look to see if we're overweight. If I move slow, then I figure I'm overweight, you know. Excuse me. I feel like sneezing, but it's right back to that. I took my allergy meds, I swear. See, I think the ring and the jewelry, I think we could sell that, but I don't know yet. What's that? Oh, we'll take yours too, you know. Yeah, I took mine. That doesn't mean too much, but... We take over-the-counter allergy meds because we have allergies. At least I always did. I had an infection just a little while ago that was not pretty. Yeah, at this moment, I really don't know what I'm doing, so just to let you know. I'm trying to get armor on, you know, to help. So I guess I cleared this. I mean, I don't see any other bad guys. Some of the containers open, some don't. Some front doors open, some don't. You know, it's just... And yes, like I said, I saved a lot in the game. And because I'm used to manually saving myself, I don't really know where the quick save is or anything like that. What F5 is, what it is on the computer, but another game of mine does F9. So who knows? And I only remember F9 because that's my camera control hotkey. So those residents got killed by those marauders, which I'll probably just call them bad guys, knowing me, you know, because they are, you know, they're the bad guys if you're not a bad guy. If you're a bad guy, then, yeah, depends which line you've crossed, I guess, I don't know. And I only assume it's nighttime because look at that moon or whatever. And I think I'm still crouched. I'm not sure. And I'm not big on going down the road, if you've noticed. Because of these kind of games, you find things by just exploring, you know, so. And I like open world exploring games a lot. Maybe too much for my own good. Because I explore for a long time. I'll explore everything. I like that purple tree. So obviously this is a grave, you know, a cemetery. And I'm a little surprised they're putting people in the ground because this is another world which could only do the soil good by having organic matter. Okay, now I'm wondering who's talking to me, you know.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
First NPC we run into.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Yeah, see, because they're walking billboards. They're
Pleased
walking
to make your
and talking
acquaintanceship.
billboards.
I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker.
That's the
What's your
main
racket?
quest.
You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
I mean, I guess people buy their sites now. It's just you don't rent them. Yeah.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is.
Abernathy,
Look,
I thought
I
that
don't
was
want to get into
kinda
it.
humorous,
Just
you know.
make sure he pays up. Conrad's
We
got a
know
barbershop
that
in
family
town.
from another
Phyllis works
game.
at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Now, if I knew any better, I would have
Yeah?
went straight to that Ludwig. But
Former
I didn't
people,
know
yeah.
any better, so...
Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger. Couldn't tell you. No, I mean, I'm contractually prohibited from saying anything that might reflect poorly on Spacer's Choice. Ah, avoid it. Shouldn't have said that either. Look, forget I said anything.
Yeah, because if they get fired or whatnot, they get
Hang
thrown
on,
out
I'm
of the
doing
town.
some math in my
where
head. 20,
that's
80,
their
30 to
security.
1. All my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
Excuse me.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong.
Yeah, there's a
We're
plague
survivors.
problem here.
Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
Okay. Excuse me.
Huh? What? I wasn't dozing off.
Yeah,
Huh?
sure.
I wasn't dozing off.
Yeah, it can't be fun standing there, you know. And there's what I was looking for, there's a ship down there, and I want to loot it. Okay, so that was the cemetery, and that's where we ran into You know, it was obvious a cemetery, you would think, you know. Yeah, I thought I heard growling, so, yeah. And there's like 4 ways in and out of this town. It was a little confusing at first, you know. Now the barber shop is the easiest because of the signs. You'll see here in a second, you know, there's signs on the, you know, what things are, you know. Cantina, I think that said. And we're looking for the barber shop because that guy is, you know, one of them is at the barber shop. I went into every door available I went into. And I couldn't find, there's probably a light somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But, oh well. And we're
Sometimes
looking
I
for
wonder
the
what
barber
I'm doing
shop.
with myself.
Nothing I can do about that.
Because that dude said that the first one's at the barber shop. And
I've got some time.
His name, but, and
I'm
that
an
lady
actuary.
was just
That means I keep
stated
tabs on a
there,
worker's living
so.
expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace
I'm
your average human
assuming
worker.
we're going to run into her later.
Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
And that's all she said to us, so okay. See, I want to explore everywhere we can, but some of them don't. Yeah.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Sick house, because that guy said something about a plague.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me. Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
Typical small town, huh? Gossip, gossip.
Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for everyone's sake. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
That's obvious.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble. That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder.
Yeah, that's...
Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
But of course, they're trying to get all
I really
the work
wish
they
you wouldn't
can
say
out
those
of
sorts of
every
things.
person, you
I
know.
told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Yeah, that's weird. You know, it's just weird that they're blamed
At least
for...
I paid my gravesite fees.
See, and that's what we're doing right now.
Sick
is
days come out of my
collecting
pay.
gravesite fees. And my thought pattern was that maybe one of the people were in here, you know. That was my thought pattern. That's why I came in here.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah, and, you know, it's red, so red means stealing, and, you know.
Watch now!
Sick people. At least I don't, you know. And I think that lady out there was shooting those rat things. But they don't
Caesar's
seem to
choice
be
takes care of its own.
attacking us or anything. Because we did shoot at some of them when we first saw them. Yeah, that's what she was. Sprats rats. They remind me of rats, you know. So, but they're not attacking us, so. Yeah, and I think you have to remember to activate those. Now the green things are up. See, and he's the barber, right?
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical
now this
hygiene
is what I fast forward
recapitulates
through,
moral
and
hygiene.
then I
Cleanliness is
cut out
next
some of
to
the bullshit,
lawfulness.
you know.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
You'll report to him if you're dead. Ah, thank you.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, they may be dying of
I
the
don't
plague,
approve
but
of
their
fantasizing.
hair looks good.
It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much.
Yeah, I kind of want
The
to
vicar
get
has not been with us long, and in his
everything out of
relatively
them
short
before
tenure
I
in Edgewater,
ask
gives
for
off
the
the
money.
distinct whiff of superiority. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Pitiless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a butt, you know.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people.
That
Say what you
song,
will about our town, but we all pull together.
Tell
Silas
the company store
I can't afford to
reminds
pay,
me of this, you know.
and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
And at one time, you know, that was what was, you know, there was a company store.
Not a
and
bad
That's
idea.
where you bought everything.
But I'd need
and
some kind of
you
collateral.
got paid, and then you gave
My pair of lucky
your money
clippers.
right back to the company, you know.
That won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Now,
Much
I did
obliged.
do this one when I said that my video wasn't running. I did do this, so I kind of knew where to go, right? And see, you can take everything from the dead bodies, but I didn't. I figure I'm going to get enough crap because I loot. I'm a big time looter, so I'm sure there's going to be plenty of loot out there to grab. And see, here's I won't read it to you, you're not a child, but, you know, it says what's going on about the gold teeth. No. Doug must
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene?
It is 2025 now. That'll take me a while to get used to.
You were probably poking around my things.
Yeah, I'm a mind
reader. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
Somebody I know had gold teeth, and he was yawning, and I says, wow, look at all that gold in there.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings.
Funny, and I laughed.
I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and
laughs.
pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
What, the dead people don't know the difference. They're not going to care.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are.
Yeah,
Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Okay, so that's our first one. And then I cut out some of the... I hit the wrong button.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Now the next person... Oh my God, I swear I looked for like an hour for that, the woman.
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you?
Woman. Abernathy,
well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
And yes, he does. I mean, look at him. He's obviously sick.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Yeah, we walked into his house. Yeah, it was like...
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
So
Silas knows, doesn't he?
Of,
that's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up.
Guy.
He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me.
And of course,
I'm
for
dying.
this we have to do a quest,
this world.
and that will be
the date of my expiration is fast approaching, and soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
And I tried to do all the quests in the whole town.
You are?
But, I'm not.
Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me
that. I talked to everybody I could.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
See, and then we go off onto another
There's a cache of
quest.
anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what
Oh
we
my
got
God,
anyway.
that community center,
I
holy
need you to break
crap.
in, nab that medicine and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Yeah, this company doesn't sound very...
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Yeah, that community center is
Just keep your head down when you're in there.
Guys.
Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
See, I never pressed on that. You're taking.
You're making a
your
mistake
life
working for
in hands,
Abernathy.
trusting me or something other.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently?
So he's too old to care.
He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
Basically what she's saying.
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. All right, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons. That's all I can ask of you.
I see something on my video I need to fix before, oh no, I guess I didn't.
Sorry.
Okay, good.
I got a lot to do.
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm gonna put a transition there. I'll wait until... Okay, what happened was, we went off on another quest. Okay, so we're in the cannery right now. And, this was a joke. I looked all over for this lady, so I cut a lot of that out because it's like, holy crap. And then these are those rat type things, so we're just getting there. At the moment, I didn't realize why those rats were all there.
You the new worker?
But, yeah,
Whatever.
this lady,
Make it quick,
oh my God,
Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I swear to God, it must have been an hour looking for her. So
Foreman
I cut
Granger,
that out. 'Cause it
mind
was
those
just,
words don't
oh
come
my
out of your
God.
mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
She thinks I work for her.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell
Okay,
Reed I was
we have
late on my payment.
Buckwing as the last one.
Because they're not my fees
Which,
and not my gravesite.
If I knew
Guy
any
I worked
better,
with
I would
shot
have done
himself.
that guy
I paid the bill.
first.
I
Yeah,
can do
that
without the
doesn't make
sarcasm.
sense. You're...
Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me.
See, closest
Shame,
living relative.
Eugene was a good worker.
And that,
Woke up one
Eugene
morning
was
and put
the
her
one in
round
the
through his
barber
upper
shop.
story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
And that's why I don't keep that handgun for very long.
Eugene wasn't family.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime.
Gosh.
The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Yeah, isn't that something? But my mister said when he was in the army, that's the way it was.
When one of your workers commits a
Or the
crime,
military,
the entire
too.
town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been
the army,
penalized
but-
pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Well, actually, people are assets. In this one, they take it to extreme.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his Adams be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees.
Yeah, my mistress
which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Okay, now I have the transition.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
His quest line is huge. So I cut out a lot of... I'll make that into its own because it's a good hour video right there. So you didn't need to...
Go on.
You know, we're just concentrating on getting this quest done.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
See, I have a...
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
I like that.
Best to ask her yourself.
With our
My
followers.
dad's buried here.
And
Silas watches
that's
over him
also
when I
in
can't leave
another
the house.
game that I play.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
And as soon as we get our quest done, then this quest is over.
You run into any trouble?
Again, it was a little longer than this, but this is the meat
Reliable
of it.
work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I can't remember if I did that.
Suppose you've earned it.
You know, yeah.
One good turn deserves another.
Made him pay us something for that. And I did not tell on Abernathy. And so I guess you could have, and I don't know what would have happened. But I didn't.
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the Aether, never to be found again. Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling.
But anyway, this is about the end of this quest. So thanks for
dropping
by, and we'll see you next time.